Cindy. This is the interview between Kessinger and Kovac on August 16th, 2018. We met in early June, just talking at work, pretty casual. He wasn't wearing a wedding ring. I didn't know he had a significant other. I didn't know his significant other's name for a while. How did you two meet? The investigator asks. Anadarko, I work in health, safety, and environment in the office. He's a field operator. He works with, like, the oil wells. Duh. How did you begin courting? He came into the office. I seen him before in the lunchroom. We hit it off, had a pretty good conversation. I think he was, like, interested in me. Oh, of course, you're so great. One day he told me he had 2 kids. The investigator insinuates she's not too excited about that. Oh, no. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cute. Oh, he's a dad. Kessinger can't recall, but thinks he broke this news to her right before Father's Day. We went to a park and started hanging out. How convenient. He told me he was in the process of a separation. The investigator asked Kessinger to verify her number and Chris's number. Kessinger confirms her info. That's the only number I roll with. All of a sudden, I can't remember his number. It happened so long ago, I can't remember exact dates or times. What, 5 weeks ago was long? 6 weeks ago, I can't pinpoint exact words. It's not gonna happen. Really? He states he's not interested in the personal information they shared. Why not? That's a good question. Kessinger, come on, 6 weeks is so long ago. What? What? I don't see any red lights when he spoke of his family at all. The emphatic phrase, at all, sounds familiar. Think Chris and Cindy Watts. They love that phrase, at all. Kovac asks, who was Chris? He was an introvert, more reserved around other people. But he really enjoyed talking to me because he could get out of his shell. Aren't you special? We have things in common. If the introverts had a scale of 1 to 10, I'd put him at like 4 or 5 on the introvert scale. If Kessinger thinks reading is so important, she would know there is a scale. It's the ambivert personality continuum scale. Did Chris ever lose his temper? A few times we had disagreements on things, but he was very open to communicating. Too bad he could not be bothered to respond or communicate with his own wife, Shanann. I thought it was very unique. Most of the men I meet are pretty closed off. I didn't get that from him at all. Maybe they just weren't that into you. Kind of hard to find intelligent conversation at closing time, Kessinger. Did you sense that he had a temper? Not at all. What did you have in common? Fitness is an important lifestyle, healthy eating. He was a gearhead. He likes cars a lot. It seemed like he was really interested. Yeah, interested in getting into your pants. Did you spend time at your place? Duh. Always. Ever been to his house? That's somebody else's life. This is my space. Did you meet his children? Nope, didn't want to. I thought you said you thought it was cool that he had kids. Oops. Kessinger immediately realizes she sounds like she resents his children. Would I have liked to have met them? Of course. We should wait until we are dating 6 months to a year. It was the policy I had with him. Yes, but not yet. Then she cracks her knuckles, all classy and ladylike. Did you visit his house? I think around the 4th of July. I went to the house. I sat on the floor of their living room. I helped him set up his diet, so he's totally dialed in. Yeah, you did a great job, too. We had lunch. He grilled chicken and carrots. I was only there 15 minutes. Yeah, my ass. 15 minutes takes a while to grill chicken, takes a while to set up a nutrition plan. Sounds like salmonella poisoning waiting to happen. At this point, the investigator informs her that they need her phone to download the data. Kessinger tries to weasel out of it. Clearly, she does not want the police to take information from her phone. I really want to help you guys. This whole thing is going to be crazy regardless of whether I give you my phone or not. If this woman had one shred of morality or empathy, if she truly cared that a woman and children were murdered, she would be crying and distraught. She would be more than happy to nail that cheating murderer Watts to the wall. She's more concerned for herself. She thinks something incriminating is on her phone. A beautiful woman and her babies were murdered. She should be willing to help in the investigation, not so worried about saving her own ass. Back to the house. When were you there? The second time we went to his house, the 14th or 15th of July, we had went out and stopped there real quick. That's when I saw a picture of his wife and kids. I thought, wow, she's beautiful. She sure was. Hell of a lot more beautiful than you. Kessinger claims she tells Watts, you have a gorgeous house, a gorgeous wife, beautiful babies. What if you really try to work on this? It almost made me feel bad. Yeah, almost. This is the big word there, almost. I backed away. I wanted to know he tried. He kept saying, what about us? What about us? I think Pink wrote a song, What About Us? I was cold feetin' about it. You should have had enough self-respect. You should have told Watts to kick rock that day. He went to North Carolina. I was like, see if you can get her to, like, rekindle the flame. No mistress in the history of the world says that, ever. At this point, Kobach wants Kessinger to sign the release form. He wants data from her phone. She's still dodging. She does not want to turn her phone over to the police. Kobach states phone records don't lie. People do. Realizing she'll look like she has something to hide, Kessinger sighs and agrees to give up the phone. She gives the form to her father, who is present. Can you fill this out before I sign it? She asks. While her dad dutifully reads and signs the form, Kessinger whines, I'm so hungry. Poor me. Kobach responds, you should have told me. I got food in the car. She whines, it's not staying down. Kessinger's dad interjects, she's not feeling good. I haven't been eating or sleeping much at all. Opinion, partying too much will do that to you. Kessinger's dad asks, I understand you want to accelerate the case. If you do just that, is that good enough? It made me realize his wife was in danger, says Kessinger. Why did you delete everything from your phone? Asked Kobach. He just grossed me out. I deleted all of his stuff. I was hurt. That made me delete it. Sure. It was the lie that made me question everything else he has told me in the last few days. You mean everything he's told you in the last 6 weeks? He lied to me. It was a big lie about his divorce. He had a 15-week-old baby on the way. You were angry because he was intimate with his wife. What about the murders? No, that would be huge. I was very taken back. It hurt. That's why I deleted everything. It was a huge, huge thing. At that point, I had a few more quick things to say to him, then I cut him out of my life. This guy's an asshole, says Kovac. Maybe his family is in danger and not coming back. That's when I decided to come in. Yeah, maybe you know more than you let on you know. I appreciate you being cooperative. I know the photographs bring you much disdain, as he chuckles, says Kovac. Anything else you have on there, says Kessinger's dad. I don't have social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, none of it. Any particular messages, date or time or message why something like this occurred, asks Kovac. On the first day I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I didn't think this guy killed his wife. On the second day, he was a hot mess. He was a hot mess from day one. This is Sunday. Work your way forward for me, says Kovac. I was trying to find an apartment, not for me. I asked, where's your wife moving? Plus, it should be 30 minutes to the school. Price range, his gym. We want to give you everything. We want to be protected while doing so, says Kessinger's dad. Are you comfortable saying her name? Asks Kovac. It's Shanann. There's Bella and Celeste, says Kessinger. She was visiting her family for the most part. How long had she been there? Asked Kovac. A while, like weeks. Yeah, a couple weeks is really a while. The last days of July, he flew out there. I thought I, convinced him to at least make peace with her. Yeah, all of a sudden, she's a marriage counselor. Isn't that special? He could pretty much call me whenever he wanted. Sometimes after work I would get bumped. It was frustrating, but I understood why. But once the kids were asleep, he's in his basement and she's upstairs. They're not speaking. Yeah, according to him. Did you see evidence of him sleeping in the basement? Asked Kovac. Yeah, he had his fitness equipment, a decent bed set up. Hey, I thought, this is what's happening down here. I thought you said you only sat on the living room floor for 15 minutes. Sure you did. Did he keep in touch when he was visiting North Carolina? He still made very frequent communication when he was out there. Chris said she was receptive to not trying. She doesn't want to try anymore. He said, we're putting the house up for sale as soon as we get back. I asked him, what are you going to do? You need to start looking for a place. Colorado's housing market is fire. He said he liked Brighton, a 2-bedroom apartment, one for him, one for the girls. Me and my sister had bunk beds. They're going to love it. They're going to become best buddies. Got news for you. They already are best buddies. I I asked, what kind of custody are you going to have? His schedule was changing, 8 days on, 6 days off. You going to have your kids? What's your plan? He said Colorado was a 50-50 state. She was checked out of this relationship. There he goes with the 50-50, 70-30 ratios again. Did you ever give him books on relationship advice? No, but I did tell him a few times you should read articles about what separation does to kids. Just read. Reading is so good for you. Yeah, okay. Yes, you are the relationship guru. The second week of August, he continues to tell me this is what he wants. Opinion, he was also telling Shanann he wanted to downsize and move to Brighton. Imagine that. So I told him this week to pick out a few spots. I have my own spot. He never asked me to move in with him. I tried to take everything slowly. You build your life, I build my life. He respected that. You need space, just getting out of a relationship. I don't even want to see you every day. Yeah, this is why you've been with him every day, right? A relationship, you mean an 8-year marriage? There's a big difference. Get your identity back. Embrace that. I think it's a beautiful thing. God, she's so full of shit. Identity. This guy is a freaking robot. What identity? They discussed Chris's finances. When I went to the house, everything was very, 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 very nice. It all comes with a very expensive price tag. That Lexus, 80 grand price tag. Watts neglected to tell her Shanann earned that car paid for by Lavelle. Go back, ask her if she knows what Shanann does for a living. Of course, she kind of downplays it. I have an idea. I think she's a sales rep. I don't know how much she makes. She makes a hell of a lot more than you or your cheating boyfriend Watts, girlfriend. He was frustrated with the situation. He said his paycheck goes just like that. He said it doesn't have to. She makes it like that. Aw, she has a name. It's Shanann. Opinion, robot boy Watts is blaming Shanann. What an asshole. But we already knew that. That couple, Shanann and Chris, filed bankruptcy in 2015. He's frustrated with working so hard. What's he expect? He works in an oil field. According to Kessinger, Watts complained, we're housebroke all the time. Dogs are housebroken. Watts is just the lying, cheating, abusive dog, period. In my opinion. She states she has her shit together. She has good credit. She works hard. If I get in a relationship, hey, I don't want a lot of baggage. Opinion, maybe you shouldn't be sleeping with a freaking married man, dipshit. They come with baggage. Hello. I asked him if he had a 401k. Like she thinks that's such a big deal. opinion, maybe you should have asked him how much the life insurance on his wife and children were worth, idiot. Is your lifestyle sustainable? He said no. Oh, she asked him that. As if it's any of her business. His wasn't, but Shanann's was. She made way more money. She also had just earned him a new car. I asked him, are you comfortable telling me where your kids go to school? He said it was centrally located. Why did she have to know that? He said she liked to live a materialistic lifestyle. Like he didn't, right? He said, when I tried talking to her, she's really bossy. Well, what girlfriend or wife isn't after 8 years, okay? I'm not saying she was doing this. He could have been the one spending all the money, which I think he admitted in one of the videos that he did spend all the money. Gee, you think? He was never mean or hostile about her. Bossy, that's what he said. Okay. Perhaps if your boyfriend could form a coherent sentence, he would not have needed someone's guidance to get through life. That's what Shanann did for him. When he voices his opinion, it's not heard. He tries to talk to her. She doesn't acknowledge him. Frickin' liar, too. Wake up and smell the coffee. He's using the poor me act just to get a piece of ass. Next. They don't scream and yell. Not according to the neighbor. He reports hearing Watts ranting like a madman. She was not interested anymore. He seemed like he was all about her. They drifted apart. These are my words. He believed her and him had communication issues for like 6 years. Shannon deserved a gold medal, even marrying this doofus. He can't communicate. He even consults Google on what emotions to feel. 6 years is a long time. He said it wasn't just him. She does it too. Now let's blame the dead woman. He said she's cool with 50% of everything, being civil about it, mutual agreement. It's not gonna work. At this point, Kobach goes back to why she deleted everything. He lied to me. If I had known he had another child on the way, none of this would have occurred. Only Facebook had proof. You knew about the pregnancy. Come on, girl, tell the truth. You're on Facebook all the time looking her up. Kobach states if he murders her, she's out of the picture, right? Kessinger's dad, please don't lead. Kobach continues, and Kessinger's dad gets pissed off. Wait, Nick, did you hear what I said? Says Dad. If the kids are still here, I'm under the impression that she's a really good mom, says Kessinger. I didn't know at all. How many times did you see him in August? Asked Kobach. I told him, go be with your kids. I need my space, said Kessinger. Oh, there's the I need my space line. That's never good. Last Wednesday, I was at the house. Last Saturday, we went to the Lazy Dog. He had to get a babysitter. He had to spend time getting the kids acclimated to the new babysitter. We drove my truck, a Toyota 4Runner. I don't remember what he was driving. He usually drives that Lexus. Yeah, okay. We went to the Lazy Dog, then we went to the other one because of the crappy menu and lousy seats, she claims. Kovac wants to know the location so they can verify via Lazy Dog footage. What did you discuss, asked Kovac. Trying to eat healthier, trying to eat clean, trying to step it up a little bit. Sure you did. He's been losing a lot of weight, 13 pounds within weeks. Whoa, maybe you're not eating enough macronutrients. We spent a lot of time doing that. I bet you did. Or maybe he should quit doing so much crystal meth. He's partying too much, because he looks like a full-blown tweaker in the end there. Speaking of which, Kovac asks, any drug use? You can see she kind of like fidgets around. Her voice gets really soft. No. And she's so opinionated, all of a sudden she's just like, no. She brushes off the question. Her entire demeanor changes. She's not so opinionated. Guilty of doing drugs much? I forgot Dad's sitting there. Kessinger quickly adds, his macros were like pretty, his calorie intake was okay. Kovac asks, where was his wife? In Arizona, he told me she was on some business trip. Yeah, some business trip. I asked him what time she's coming home. He just said really late. What business is it of hers, anyway? Kovac asks, ever any talk about medical concerns? Cece was allergic to peanuts. No, pine nuts. They had to carry an EpiPen. Kovac alludes to the fact that anyone who needs an EpiPen has seriously dangerous allergic reactions, which really could be deadly. When he was in town, his mother accidentally exposed her to something. I don't know. I think his wife was very upset with them. It was no accident. Cindy Watts is seriously dangerous. Yeah, let's give our little granddaughter some nuts. Kessinger states that because of this incident, his family wouldn't talk to him, his mom, his dad, or his sister. They left a note on the door at the beach. His folks were ignoring him. I wonder why. Chris said, they're ignoring me. Something said between my wife and them. Oh, poor Chris. His mom did not care for Shanann at all. They didn't even go to their wedding. She sounds kind of happy about that. About last weekend. My friend came into town, impromptu. Hey, we were just hanging out. As if Kovac really cares what they were doing. Do any of your friends know about Chris? Nope. Oh, what a liar. She's definitely lying right there. Because she told her girlfriend Charlotte about him. And about some of the nasty things he likes to do in bed. Okay, when I was with Sean, it was 6 or 7 months before I brought him to meet my family. Who the hell is Sean? She alludes to the fact that Chris kept stalling on the divorce. Now we getting to see the picture. He's stalling. Now she needs her space. I don't think you're going to do these things you're telling me you're going to do, said Kessinger. It wasn't fair to me. If I had known, wouldn't have engaged in anything in the first place. You did know, but you still did. You checked Shanann's Facebook page. Missed the post about the pregnancy? I don't think so. I'm gonna wake up every day. And she fake sobs. My name is about to be slandered. Like, who cares? Who the hell are ya? I'm not gonna be going out in public for like 2 years. That really hurts me. She's so emotional. Opinion, well, you can always try to get a book deal like Amber Fry, right? You looked it up. He's so disgusting. I'm so ashamed of him. What, he was mother? Nobody says that. Self-centered much? At least you're alive. What about Shanann and the babies? You can't leave the house. Poor thing. Kessinger's dad says pound it down until there's nothing left. Go back apologizes. Sorry to have to bring you in again today. I am sorry. Kessinger wails. I'm so sad. And she's pregnant. They're so cute. So little. Why? Opinion, why? Look in the mirror, bitch. Oh, Jesus, I still can't believe this is happening. Boo-hoo. Nothing's happening to you. Go back, ask about their phone call from 9 to 11 on Sunday, August 13th, the night asswipe murders his wife. We talked a few times. You know what? I don't remember what we talked about. Oh, yeah, okay. Selective memory, how convenient. Usually he talks to me from the basement. I could hear a TV on. I thought, why the hell is he up? There's no TV in the basement. Go back, ask if she's ever been upstairs at the Watts house. Caught in another lie, huh? I've been upstairs once and I saw the girls' playroom and books. It was super cute. Back to their phone conversation. It was just weird to me. It was like super late. Why are you like watching TV? I mean, some people fall asleep with the TV on. Maybe he's waiting up for her. Maybe not. Yeah, he's waiting up for her, okay. He told me he had to go to the field, not the office, on Monday morning to check out a valve or something. He said I won't see you in the office. Go back, asked, do you know what he did Sunday during the day? I don't even remember what I did on Sunday. I'm drawing a blank. I'm really tired. Can I get back to you on that? Seriously? You can't remember 2 days ago? How do you keep your job with such a shit memory? Kovac brings up a party. He went to a birthday party. His children had a water balloon fight. Was that the Sunday evening call? I think so. Just then, Kessinger's dad comes to the rescue. The museum. That's right. I went to the Denver Museum of Science with my family. I skipped brunch. I had to do core day. As if she's so cut and buff. She's not. Kessinger's dad, you missed out on some really good food. So I chilled at my house. I think I cleaned my house. I didn't see him, though. Sure you didn't. Kovac asked, what about Monday morning? I don't remember random texts. I didn't hear a lot from him that day. Oh boy. When he did text, he said it was a very busy day. Yeah, he was so busy. He was disposing of his family. I clocked out at 3 o'clock, got home to meet with my buddy. He has a key to my house, my friend Jim. Who the hell is Jim? I got home. He was there. I checked my text. Chris said my family is not home. He texted, call me when you can. We talked randomly throughout the day. At this point, Kobach wants Jim's last name and contact information. Kessinger is adamant. I don't want to involve Jim in this. He doesn't know anything about this. Like she's the boss. She continues, he is one of my very, very good friends. When he's in town, we hang out. I'm sure you do. My dog loves him and stuff. Kobach states your movements are on GPS through cell phone towers. We want to know you weren't there that day. Kessinger kind of laughed. I'm a pretty boring person. I don't go many places. Except to your married boyfriend's house, the movies, restaurants, the great sand dunes, etc., etc. Right? Kobach is not buying it. Neither are we. Kessinger demands, leave Jim alone. He doesn't need to be wrapped up in this. Sounds like she's maybe screwing around with Jim. Maybe Jim's more than just a friend. Imagine that. Back to Chris's text. I asked what's going on. It didn't seem odd to me. It was vague. What, his family's not home? That's not vague. I steps outside and made a call. He didn't answer. Then he called me back. It was a very short talk. He said, I have to go. The cops are here. That's vague, huh? I asked if everything was all right. We were texting, but I was hanging out with my company. My family is gone does not sound vague. The cops are here, and she's more worried about her company. Chris said her friend Nikki called the cops. Kessinger claims, after my company left, I called him. He said Nikki's upset and she's searching the house. I was like, what? Why? She's more worried about why is there another woman in that house. Chris said they had a disagreement. She was going to go to her friend's house. He said that her cell and purse were still there. At that point, I thought this woman is really trying to get out of this house. I don't really blame her. Maybe she was in a rush. It wasn't weird about the phone. It was about the purse, though. She's saying sometimes she leaves the house and leaves her phone, or she shuts her phone off. That girl lived on her phone. Did you know that? Asked Kobach. I did. Well, if you knew that, then why isn't it strange that her phone is still at the house then? It didn't seem awkward to me, a couple going through a separation. I need my space. She loves that phrase, I think. When he was in North Carolina, he was like, it was a sealed deal. They were putting their house up for sale on Monday. Who was the real estate agent? Asked Kobach. I don't remember her name. I know it was a female. I asked him, who's that? And he said, the realtor. Oh, said Kessinger. Monday afternoon calls. I'm starting to kind of freak out. I didn't know she's reported missing. We were texting for a few hours. He said, Nikki, call the cops. Where does this woman play in the situation? I asked him, where do you think she's at? Duh. Chris said, I think she'll be back tonight. I think she's with somebody. No, she's not a cheating son of a bitch like you are, Chris. Then it gets late. We are calling and texting. He says, I think tomorrow she'll be back. The guy's seriously nuts. I said, maybe she's with this Nikki girl. He says, why would Shanann be there? She called the cops. Anything else? He didn't say he got home early. Boo-hoo, poor me. Anyway, stay tuned for part 2. This is Cindy with Twisted True Crime. I hope you enjoy the video.